actually the nation, I think. And the University of Hawaii grad. Let's give it up, folks, for Larry Beil.
Thank you so much. Hello. How good is this? Oh, this is awesome. I close my eyes and I think Diamond Head is right behind me. This is fantastic. Before we get started, a round of applause for the University of Hawaii Marching Band. You guys rocked it. I'll give you a quick story about the band. Years ago, when I was just starting in broadcasting, I used to work as a spotter for Jim Leahy. It was one of my first jobs. And before the football game started, the band would come out and they would play Hawaii 5-0. And this crazed look would come over his eyes just before the start of the game. And I didn't know it was my first game with him. And so he looked at me and he was getting all worked up into a frenzy. And he went, boom! And he slapped me right across my face. And I was like, what was that for? And he goes, that was to get ready. And so when I hear that song, I feel like I need to do the same thing, Ben. No, it's going to be all mellow until the team hits the field. Before I get started here, by the way, I'm looking at the program. Good idea to give out the raffle for the beer mugs before I arrive. Probably smart. All right, first let's thank the sponsors and supporters who have made this day and this event and this tent possible, all right? Let's start it out with Alaska Airlines giving away 2 round trips to Hawaii with no restrictions. Alaska Air, Outrigger Hotel and Resorts, a Waikiki weekend stay up for grabs. The University of Hawaii Foundation, the University of Hawaii Alumni Association, the Nakoa Football Club, they need your support. The Hawaii Chamber of Commerce of Northern California, that Daryl represents so wonderfully. Geico, the H-Zone, which is where you can get all your UH gear, the merchandising. Budweiser. Budweiser's going to be a big factor today, I think, for us. Pepsi, the Hukilau restaurants. Hey, closest thing to chili rice that you're going to get back home. San Jose State, we got to give them some love because their baseball coach, Dave Nakama, and their baseball program has provided the use of this wonderful pavilion. And the Cal State University Maritime Academy, the students who helped with the early morning setup. One giant round of applause for everybody and all of these sponsors and support. I could go on and on about all of my days calling Hawaii games and all of the fun that we used to have. And I'll tell you later on about one of my favorite moments, and I'll just share with you a fun story. I parked on the other side, and everybody, I've been in the Bay Area for a long time now, even though Hawaii is still home. So I parked in the San Jose State lot, and this guy sees me, and he goes, I just watched you on TV last night. Oh, and he's all dressed up in his blue San Jose State stuff, and he says, oh, it's great to see you, so happy that you're coming to support Spartan. And he looks at my sweatshirt and he goes, what are you wearing that for? And I said, because that's my school. And he says, well, you gotta go then. So here I am. And here is our athletic director. Give him a big round of applause. One of the toughest jobs in the country. And he is grinding away every day. He's not breaking up any more brawls in the gym. He's stopped doing that. No more MMA, anything like that. Benjay! Just spotted an old buddy in the crowd, and how many of you, I see there's a lot of young faces, but the old timers that go back to the Coach Tomey days, and raise your hand if you go back. We just went outside, but one of the greatest receivers in University of Hawaii football history is here to support us today, and that is Walter Murray. Walter's outside. He's kind of grown into tight end size. No longer that sleek wide receiver we remember. But wherever Walter is, always great to see him. In just a moment, we're going to hear from the head coach, Norm Chow. I want to tell you a little story about one of the last times that I was down here for a game. And actually, one of my favorite football memories is, of course, when then they were just the Rainbows, destroyed BYU back home at Aloha Stadium. That was great. That ended a 10-year slide. But one of my other favorite memories came in this very Spartan stadium to our left over here. Who was here back in 2007? 2007. You guys remember what happened in 2007? Let me refresh your memory. Colt Brennan and the undefeated Hawaii football team came in. I was on the sidelines with my daughter. My daughter was 13 years old. Her name's Kiana. All she knew was one thing. Colt Brennan was a godlike figure. So we had every Colt Brennan jersey, every Colt Brennan hat, everything with his name all over the house. So we had to go watch Colt and Hawaii beat San Jose State. So it's a rainy, cold night. We're trudging through the mud on the sidelines. 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Hawaii's down by 2 touchdowns. So I said to Kiana, you know, maybe we ought to start getting to the parking lot because, you know, it's gonna get really crowded. She goes, no, Dad, we're not leaving. I said, honey, we're down by 2 touchdowns. There's 5 minutes left. And she says, no. Colt's gonna lead us on a touchdown drive. We're gonna get a turnover. We're gonna score again. We're gonna win this game in overtime. I said, all right, honey, we'll stay. So what happens? We get the ball. Brennan throws a fade to Devon Bess, who spears it in the corner of the end zone right in front of us. If Devon didn't catch it, Kiana would have. She was standing right next to it. I said, oh, this might happen. This could happen. We kick off. And I love Coach Tomey, but he was coaching the Spartans then, so the evil in him came out. But anyway, so they hand the ball off. This poor kid, I don't remember his name, but he had never fumbled in his entire San Jose State career, except that one carry. He got blown up. We recover. Colt Brennan takes the ball. They drive down the field. They have the ball at the 10-yard line. Sweeps right with time running out. Runs right past Kiana. Touchdown. Game time. My daughter is clairvoyant. We go to overtime. We get the ball. Colt throws another touchdown pass. Good night, game over. Drive home safely. Hawaii remains undefeated. And ever since then, I take my daughter to buy lotto tickets. Unbelievable, one of the best moments ever. We talk about it all the time. In fact, for those of you who are locals on our program tonight, because I'm working tonight, we are going to show the Colt Brennan touchdown run with us on the sidelines if you want to relive an old memory. And we're going to do that just before we show the Hawaii highlights beating San Jose State. This in the business is called an extended fill while we wait for Coach Chow. Well, while we're waiting, let me salute some parents, and I see the coach coming in right now. Because the parents who are up here for this game, give me a hand for Lee and Trish Afusia, who made the trip from Southern California. You know, their son Bart and Patty Barker from Utah. Pruitt and Bay Poti up from SoCal. Keaka Robinson from Maui, Hawaii. And Daniel Maggio from Southern California who made the trip. Thank you. All right, enough from me. I told you about the game-winning story from '07. Coach Chow is here to tell us about the game-winning story of 2014 that is yet to evolve. My voice is cracking here. I don't usually shout this early in the morning. Coach! I cannot wait. Hey, Coach, Joey Yosefa, he's healthy, right? Coach, he's busy. I want to see Joey Yosefa in the end zone today. How many of you have green cups? Hold up your green cups. That's fantastic. That means you bought raffle tickets, right? Right? Yep. Those of you who do not have green cups need to go get green cups to support the raffle and all of the prizes that will be given away. And we mentioned 2 tickets to Hawaii, as well as one other item, the Waikiki weekend at the Outrigger Hotel. Thank you all for coming down. Enjoy the Hawaiian music. And let's go, Bows. Let's see a Hawaii win today.
Okay, everyone, let's give it up to Larry Beil. This is University of Hawaii. Okay, we're gonna have some music for another 15